Oh gosh,
Hey-o.
clicked on moderation.
Oh,
I don't
hey-o.
know. We probably do need moderating.
We do.
Definitely editing anyway. But this is live, and we're in his bed, our sparkle bed. And there's a reason why I wanted this in the bed. Sounds bizarre, but
Ooh, how bizarre.
How bizarre! How bizarre! Just been watching Love Island, and you see a lot of them in their beds. But honestly, this bed signifies my little entry into self-love club, because before I met you, that sounds bizarre.
Yeah.
But before I met you, I was so embarrassed that first night you stayed at mine, because I was like, well, he can't see my room. You can't see my bed, because I hardly slept in my bed because it was all broken, because I didn't even feel like I was worthy of a bed. I would sleep on the sofa.
And it was shocking, to be honest.
Yeah, I was that down and horrid. Good evening. Yes.
Good evening.
But it's weird how we now have the best laughter and joking.
Yeah, so.
But we both found each other in a bit of a shoddy mess.
Yeah, I'd say that. I mean, obviously for myself, a lot of people know what happened to me a few years ago, and you know, how I was sort of broken. I mean, I think that's what I said to you when I first met you, wasn't it? That I was a broken man. And then what I suddenly realised is that I'd not been taking care of myself. I'd not been looking after myself. I'd not been, you know, I'd just been getting through life doing what I was doing on social media, and then looking after my kids, doing what I needed to do for them. But then for myself, then I was like, yeah, do you know what, I'll just have a kebab, yeah, I'll have a burger tonight. I didn't want to cook, I didn't want to do out. I'd be asleep by 8 o'clock every night because I just had nothing to do. And then it wasn't until I met you that I realised that. And then, you know, I stopped eating all the junk food late at night. Started to just have little bits of snacks and stuff, and looked after myself. And like you said about my bed, well, like one of the first things that we did, wasn't it? And went out together, and we, in our true style, started jumping on beds.
Yeah, you have to get the bounce right, don't you?
In a bed place.
And that's true. It's Andrew Bird saying it's time to talk. Back on the road again. Globetrotter said, hope you're both well. But honestly, and it is like with you, it's finding love.
Yeah.
I can say love now, not
love,
just like.
Yeah,
I said like for a long time.
Yeah.
I tried to keep my cards close to my chest because I've been hurt.
You did.
But it then, Danny, like straight away, you took me to bed shop. Because one, you were like, there's no way my old back is sleeping on the floor again.
Sleeping on floor.
But it was also like a big thing for me when they put the bed up. I got very emotional because I was like, not just because I had 4 random men in my room, but it was like, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've not been sleeping in a bed properly. Because those who know my story, a couple of years ago, up from Liverpool, William, when I came out of hospital, I couldn't hardly walk up the stairs. But even though I built up my strength now, mentally, I still didn't think I deserved a bed. Or even like when I first met you, I joke, but like, because I had a broken hand, I hadn't brushed my hair or anything. But that was the real thing from hospital. I didn't want to brush my hair, put on makeup. I didn't want to do anything because it just felt like so gross, and I felt like I wanted to stay in the grief because I didn't deserve any better. But then if you live, laugh and love, that genuinely can bring you back to life.
And I think, like for me, you know, I do a lot to try and help people. I do a lot of talking to other people, and then I talk about situations, what's happened. I don't really reflect on how they've affected me and how they affect me, and I sort of keep trying. I've like sort of kept that really close to my chest, really, because I felt like it. I want to, you know, I'd sit and listen to anybody else's problems, or anything that anybody wants to tell you.
Hey, cool. We've got 2 dogs bouncing around, having lots of fun.
On bed. I'd sit and listen to anybody else's problems or anybody else's issues, for that matter, and then I'd openly talk about, you know, what happened in my life and how it affected me and the kids. But I think, like, for myself, I sort of kept a little bit of it locked away. And then it wasn't until I met you that then I thought, oh, I'm all right saying to people, you've got to talk and you've got to do this and you've got to do that. But I never really did, and I was able to do that. It just felt comfortable, and you know, when I think the main thing is that people have got to talk, and you've got to talk about your mental well-being and how you are, but you've got to feel comfortable talking to the person that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because
and also, that's why I'll always ask people what helps them, because it's not always the same things that help each other.
No.
And like for me, with you, it's been finding like laughter again, fun for life, joy, even down to the fact that you love food, which for me, with my past, is really healthy, because it's like, it makes me to see food rather than, oh, we're stuck. Oh.
They're all over.
And now I'm all over. But just down to the fact that you love food, and it's helped me rediscover like a love of food, and even just the confidence to cook for you. I love looking after you and cooking for
I've
you.
done a bit of cooking the last few weeks, and it's been really nice. I've enjoyed it.
And you've been doing some fitness as well.
I know, a bit of fitness, bit of things, bit of swimming.
But I think that's the thing to just remember, like with you, I remember, because I met when I was interviewing you as a journalist, and like on paper you're doing all this YouTube presenting stuff on Rate My Takeaway, but then a lot of it you holding back all your own personal stuff. Yeah. And I was doing the same as well. Like I didn't realise. So they're saying Danny and Sophie sit in GKIS
in the golden carriage.
But what I didn't realise as well, that I was also doing that, so I could work really hard and nobody'd tell I'd got an issue. But then in reality, after work, I was broken, and actually there was no after work, because I would just work until I fell asleep. I would literally fall asleep on my desk. Yeah. Then I'd lie on the sofa.
You see, I'd
get up and train, exercise, and then just keep working.
See, I had a moment when I can't remember when it was. I think it was like June, July time. It was just before I went to America, and I looked in my wardrobe and I thought, by heck, there's not much room in here now. What's going on? And I realised that what I've been doing is just to pass time. And just to try and clear my head. I used to go down to White Rose a few times a week, and I used to go into it next, and I used to buy.
And that's the shopping centre.
Yeah, I used to buy just the cheap T-shirts in there for £6, and I used to just buy them for the sake of buying them. And when I opened wardrobe up and I counted, I think I got something like 10 or 12 of each colour.
Oh really?
Yeah. And I didn't even realise, and like some of them had still got tags on, and they were exactly the same T-shirt. But I liked the T-shirt, I liked the feel of it, but it was just a coping mechanism for me, like somewhere to go, somewhere that I felt like sort of safe. And
you didn't feel as lonely, I remember you saying.
Yeah, because I could go down, and I got talking, like people knew me down there, the security guards, people in the shops, like in Virgin, we booked the American tour with. I used to go in and have a coffee and a laugh and a joke in there, and I go up to the office, the White Rose office, and speak to the people in there, and speak to the security guards, and then just the general public, and it just sort of made me feel like a safe place. Yeah. But then, like, when it hit me, I thought, why am I doing this? Why am I going and buying pointless things? Yeah. You know.
But I think it's like, and it's not to beat yourself or ourselves up about stuff like that, because but it's not to
my t-shirt. I'm starting that tomorrow.
But
I can't, mate. I can't. I put blanket on.
but it's not about like beating yourself up, because like I've done things like
Dogs are at each other.
They're liking each other, but I've done things as well where I've overcompensated and overspent or bought like people all like loads of gifts and stuff because I didn't feel enough, and it was just like I get more joy out of giving things even now.
Well, I know you still do, don't you? You did it the other day when you give like 4 bags of clothes away, and then you went into a place to do some dancing, and then you come out saying that if you could have took your bra off, you'd have give your bra.
Yeah.
Because these women didn't have bras in this particular place, so it just shows how kind you are. But it's like, obviously, since I've got to know you, things have got better for me in the way that I'm able to share things with you that I've not shared with other people.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, because the thing is as well with this booth, like whilst we talk serious now, we also laugh and stuff so much all the time.
Because I've got ready for bed, and Sophie hasn't yet.
Yeah, somebody's saying I look like I'm about to go out, and you look like you want to go to bed. But I've taken my meds, so I'm definitely ready for bed. But I didn't think I'd get away with also being topless.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. I think you get away with it.
I don't think it is any
probably
different.
A few more.
Oh, thanks, Sasha.
A few more. My dog is watching TV.
Oh, wanting to play with. Yeah, well, there's 2 here. Yeah. It will be like Cruella de Vil.
Yeah.
But I think just the main thing when it comes to self-care, it is just do one small bit at a time. So whether it's having a bath or having sleep, like you've made me take my tablets that I'm supposed to have, and it's just little things, and eventually I can't believe how
it'll grow in the bigger picture, won't it?
It does. And I can't believe when I met you, I was broken beyond broken and very ill. Not ill like just from situations.
And I think that,
and you have like really helped to just help me manage and cope with everything, because you're giving me hope.
Yeah, because let's be fair, I mean, obviously a lot of people get away from my face, I look like a big fat head here.
Sorry, my arm. I know, I do like that.
Oh no!
I just thought my nose.
I'm trying to cover myself up. Cover you up. Self-care. I forgot. My head's gone now. I forgot what I was going to say. What did I say?
I was just saying I was broken before I met you. And then...
Yeah, what I was going to say is I think a lot of people, obviously when me and you like first got together, they found it weird. Papa. They were like looking at us both as if we're complete opposites. And you know, obviously I do takeaways, and that's my thing, and you do fitness, you know, and I can see why people thought that, and obviously you're a stunner and I'm an effer.
I'm not.
But do you know what? It's the way that we have made each other laugh and feel, and how deep in conversation we've got. Sometimes that is what it is all about, and it's about trusting someone, loving someone. You get that connection no matter how you look, how you are, and I just feel so safe and secure with you, and hopefully vice versa.
Oh, you know, I do. Like even when we were bowling on one of his first dates, and we just like were having a laugh. And just dancing around the bowling alley, and I was like, yeah, he's definitely the one for me. It was just how ridiculous we can be, how silly we can be, because honestly, when you've experienced rubbish in life, you also know how to laugh and laugh hard, because you know when things are good.
And it's like, you know, it's hard just to explain to people, isn't it, sometimes, on like with us and our relationship and how we just gravitated towards each other through talking, because that's what we did. We met up quite a few times and we just had a coffee and we talked about each other, and I talked about what was going on in my life, you talked about what was going on in yours. We talked about different things that had upset us the previous time before the previous time we'd met, and I just found it really easy to open up and talk to you, and I felt when I come away from, like, when we used to go for his coffees, I always come away thinking, how has she made me open up like this? Why do I feel so comfortable? What is going on here? And then, like, obviously it just hit me then straight, clean in face. I thought, I've got feelings for this lass. And sometimes, don't judge a book by its cover. People can walk about with a smile on their face and they can be all jolly, but inside they're broken. Not everybody has got, the courage to talk. Not everybody's got the courage to tell you how they're feeling. But it's, first of all, I think, like what you said, the first step is the courage to have that self-care and decide to make that step of talking, looking after yourself, looking at your environment, looking at, what you need to do. And it might just be a little thing, like you say, like for you, the bed thing.
Yeah, that was massive.
Big thing. But to most people, it wouldn't have been. To most people, you just need a new bed, love.
Yeah, you just need to get in bed.
But to you, it was massive.
Well, it was just like, I just didn't feel like I was worthy. And then that's why, like, with you, I've gained so much confidence. And that's the thing, is to find someone, forget Love Island fakeness. It's like literally to find someone who helps you to love yourself more. Not just like question yourself and challenge yourself, because like I always say, like, looks, riches, all that are for rent in this life, and it's like you need those people that you can trust no matter what, have fun with, that they get you, but also that they help you to love and like yourself more, rather than to question yourself.
Yeah, because we have fun, we have a lot of fun. And
although we don't sound like we do now, because we're both like
but it's like that. We go on Instagram and we have a bit of a laugh and a joke, and we interact with people on there. But this is more of a different kind of chat, because it's, I've had many a times when I've been out with my table and chair, and I've had people approach me and come up and say how down they've been, how upset they've been, or how frustrated, angry, and that they watch the videos that I do, and it just makes them come out of the shell a little bit more, or it just fills them full of joy. And sometimes I've put these things on with their consent, and then sometimes I haven't, because I've just felt that, me then walking away with them or sitting and talking to them gives them that little bit of help that they need. And everybody needs somebody that they can feel like they can look up to, or that they can go to, or that they can just watch and or listen to, and have sort of a happy place, somebody to aspire to.
That's what I love about what your channel, because I didn't realise it, because obviously I'm not into food and that. Sometimes you get tired of putting on a brave face. That's so true.
Yeah.
But just knowing, like, your channel, how much comfort it gives people, and just that we all can just do that little bit, in it, just to say people feel less alone, just either chat or walk with people, or I teach fitness in communities and stuff. It's just like meeting people as they are and doing what works for them.
And that what it, going back to that comment of some people are just tired of putting on a brave face. That were like me, to be honest. Although I enjoyed going out and doing what I was doing and helping people, and then I come home and I try and be as happy as I could for my kids, I got tired. I got to a point where it was, let me just go to sleep, wake up and start again tomorrow. and it was the same thing, and I just got myself into a vicious cycle of this is what I've got to do now, this is what I've got to do, and I thought that would just be me for the rest of my life. But there is hope out there as well as help, and you know, I think you've just got to sometimes take a step back, take a breath, have a look. Anything negative in your life, try and sort it out, put it or get rid of it. And you know, there are people out there, there'll be people around you that will care for you, people that will talk to you, and just open up, take the plunge, have a look at what you're doing.
That's so true. And don't be put off if at first you don't find the right person, because eventually there are lots of good people out there.
Yeah.
But like, I've kissed a lot of frogs until I met you. I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, and I'm going to say good night. God bless, because
Yeah,
I have taken my medication, which is like calming my anxiety and depression, but I'm also very tired. Somebody's saying when his daughter was diagnosed with brain disease, rate my takeaway helped him through. That's so lovely. It's lovely to see you both so happy. Top bloke, Danny Ladd. So glad you both had happiness.
And this is it. If I can help anybody, you know, drop us a message. You know, we'll have a chat. And, you know, it's all about having somebody to talk to, and you know, we all need each other.
And that's where we're both very keen on, like, that's the main thing. I think that I was like amazed that I'd met you, not just that we both work in media, but the fact that you're got a heart for community and people.
Yeah.
And like, so no one is an island. Like, you
and this
just
is again, it
reach
goes
out.
back to how we're so far apart on some things, but on the things that really matter, we are as one.
Yeah.
So
come join this family. It's a bit crazy, but we'll love you no matter what. So, oh, bless you, Gacha Queen. Sending so much love. Oh, take care. You can find us on Instagram if you want to get in touch. Danny at Danny Malin official.
Yeah.
And at Sophie Malin, which is confusing. We know. Malin.
Drop us a message.
But yeah, and thank you so much for some of your amazing comments. Just sending you so much love. And if I'm slurring now, it's not because I don't care. It's because the meds are kicking in, and I better get in my onesie. I've got a sexy leopard print onesie for you tonight, love.
All right. I'll be going to sleep.
Yeah, cost of living crisis wear.
See you all
See you
soon,
later.
guys.
Lots of love.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.